What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K-Flex. I'm back here with another video. Another Dolphins victory. Feels good to be back on the winning side of things, even though it's the damn New York Jets. It doesn't matter. Real quick, it's your boy K-Flex, and I'm back here with another video. Yeah, I already said that part. Let's get into the actual breakdown of the game a little bit, and let's talk about the game a little bit. I would just want to say this to start off. Our offense is just, it's okay. Our offense is okay. But it actually absolutely frustrates me, and our defense is absolutely incredible. Obviously, it is against the Jets. Like, I don't want to use this game as like a blueprint to how good our defense is, because it's the Jets, so you can only really give a certain amount of credit. Obviously, it's good to hold any team to 3, but when it's the Jets, it's just like, okay, you're kind of supposed to do that. They kind of hold themselves to 3 if you let them. They suck. Okay, but. Let's get into the video. So, the first half was a lot closer than it should have been. Honestly, it should have been 13-6 going into half. It ended up being 13-3. Their kicker missed like a 30 or 20-yard field goal. Before that, though, our offense could not get nothing going with Fitzpatrick at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Our offensive line is definitely not playing like it used to. I don't know if it's the injuries or what happened. They lost, they seem to have lost rhythm. Okay, at the beginning, before we put Tua in, our offensive line was playing amazing. For Tua's first couple games, the offense was playing great. We started getting little injuries here and there, and now our offensive line is it's not looking like it's worse it's ever been. Trust me, it ain't looking like that, but it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking amazing. Okay, our offense, especially not even pass blocking, it's not looking like incredible how it was looking at the beginning of the season. Definitely not the worst offensive line I've seen the Dolphins have, though. Trust me. Okay, but. Getting into the game a little bit, Devontae Parker is a man amongst boys. They had nobody that could guard him, not Bryce Hall. And I like Bryce Hall. He's from UVA. I like UVA. But Bryce Hall can't guard him. They had no cornerback for him. They had nobody in the secondary for him. And Fitz knew that at the beginning. And the difference between Fitz and Tua, and why Fitz, many people believe Fitz gives us the best chance to win. I don't really want to say that yet between Tua and Fitz. Obviously, our offense runs better with with Fitz. It's a statistical fact. Okay, you can look at any stat you want to look at. Our offense runs better with Fitz. Whether you want to say it's because we're playing worse teams, whether you want to say it's because of this, that, the third reason, the statistical fact is the offense runs better with Fitz. And it's a situation where, even in this game though, the offense wasn't really running that well for a majority of the game. We got stopped a lot of the times. We had no run game. We fumbled twice on the ground and lost both of them. Our running backs are kind of terrible. And our whole run game is just awful. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time they get hit in the backfield. When they don't get hit in the backfield, they fumble. We have the worst running game I've ever seen us have. It's almost incredible that we're doing as well as we are with the way our run game is. It's just incredible. But Fitz was 24, 39, 20, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not a bad game by a long shot. Not by a long. He didn't play bad. Obviously, it's not his best game. I don't know if people wanted him to run it up because it was the Jets, but he definitely did that. But he definitely took care of the ball. He didn't throw any turnovers. 2 touchdowns. What can you really complain about? And we took care of business. Now, our offense, though, I'll be telling you the truth. It didn't look too amazing. Now, for somehow, some way, when Tua becomes quarterback, it's like when Fitz becomes quarterback, our offense just runs a lot better. You look at Mike Gesicki, he got an end zone. Mike Gesicki got 5 targets. Mike Gesicki hasn't even been able to find a damn catch recently here. Devontae Parker, 8 catches, 119 yards. And it's not like these guys are running crazy routes with Fitz. But one thing about Fitz is he just will throw it up. And that was Josh Rosen's problem. I think that's a little bit of Tua's problem. And sometimes you just got to throw it up at the end of the day to Devontae Parker, okay? Or Mike Gesicki. And Fitz, he just doesn't care because he's on house money. He throws the ball up, and Devontae Parker make you look good. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna make you look good if you let him. So I think with even some people say Tua holds the ball too long. Sometimes I think people just be waiting for our receivers to get open. And to be honest with you, they're just not that great, so they're not getting open like that. But they can catch jump balls, and that's their strength. So you kind of just gotta let them catch jump balls. Obviously, you want to get a route runner in this draft. I think that's one of the most important things we need to do this offseason is get somebody that can actually get open, because our receivers are not great at creating space at all. They're not terrible. Devontae Parker's not terrible at it, but they're not elite at creating space. So you kind of want that. You kind of have to just throw it up and let him catch the ball. Devontae Parker, damn near half of Fitz yards was off of Devontae Parker going up and catching the ball. Okay, let's just tell the truth. That was beautiful though. It worked. Okay, our offense looked, it didn't look great. Our offense hasn't looked great since maybe the Arizona game, and even in that game, I'm starting to think that game was like fluke, honestly, as far as how good our offense played. Because I mean, we haven't never repeated that again. Well, actually, the 49ers game with Fitz was good too. Offensively, we had like 2 good games where our offense was just like shut down. But other than that, for the most part, our offense just does not be looking too good. Donald did what I expected him to do. He threw 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. Our defense is special. Okay, Sam Darnold, I knew that the only way he was going to be able to attack us, he would have to throw it to Jamison Crowder a lot in the slots. I knew that Mims and Bashad Perryman were not going to get open on our cornerbacks, and that's exactly what happened. Now, Bashad Perryman did have a couple nice catches, had a nice catch over Byron Jones. He mossed Byron Jones, whatever. It is what it is. And they couldn't score on our defense. Our defense, even when our offense set them up, back, they didn't make any excuses. They still shut the Jets down. Because our offense did put our defense in some terrible positions. Even our punter did punt some bad punts today, and our defense was in really bad positions a lot of the time, and they still overcame it. Our defense is crazy. Our defense definitely played the best this game. Jason Sanders I think he hit 2 50-yard field goals. He's just incredible. It's just our offense, guys. It's just we got to figure out our offense. I'm not going to complain too much. We won 20-3, so it's like you can't really complain too much. But our offense is low-key weak. So we got to figure out what's going on our offense. Obviously, expect Tua to be back next week. Fitz definitely didn't do anything that makes you say, no, we have to start Fitz. Even though I think the vast majority of the general public probably thinks Fitz gives us the best chance to win, Fitz didn't do nothing today. We did win, but he didn't do anything today that makes you say, we lock it in on Fitz. You know what I'm saying? We're like, we need Fitz to play. Because honestly, guys, we have a generational defense. Well, maybe I'm boosting them a little, but we have a super good defense. A defense to the point you don't want to waste this defense just trying to get to a rep. So if he's not good enough to win with, you don't want to just have him in. Now, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying from a general perspective, you don't want to put a quarterback that's not ready in when you have a quarterback that, in Fitz who is ready, and you have a defense that's good enough to win you a championship, right? You don't want to just be, okay, well, we still got to get 2 reps. You kind of got to choose one, and, ideally it would be you could still win a championship with Tua because Tua would, it wouldn't matter what, Tua's drop-off from Fitz wouldn't be that big, which it's not, honestly. Even if there is a drop-off, which our offense runs better with Fitz, statistically proven, but if there is a drop-off with Tua, I don't think it's so big to the point where it's not worth playing him. But again, I don't know. That's a tricky situation to be in. It's definitely a debate whether you want to have it or not. It's definitely something I've been trying to avoid the Tua versus Fitz thing, but it's definitely a thing, guys. We can't act like it's not a thing. Even if obviously the coaches, they're gonna say Tua's the man, he's the man. So that's what it is now. You don't really have to argue about it, but there's gonna be a debate every week about who should be starting, especially when we're this good. If we were a bad team, then you'd say put Tua in, let him get his reps. We're not going anywhere anyway. But right now, you got to put the best quarterback in that gives us the best chance to win. And there's a debate between that. And I don't know who it is, honestly. My gut feeling is telling me it's Fitz. I'm going to tell you the truth. I always say the truth. My gut feeling is saying, hey, we look better with Fitz in the game. But I don't know. Because this game, he didn't really convince me that he's that great. You know what I'm saying? Our offense just runs better with him in the game, though. But like I said, I don't think Tua wouldn't have thrown 256 yards and 2 touchdowns versus the Jets. I don't think that he would have did that. So I don't know, guys. It's a tough situation we're in. All I know is that regardless of what quarterback's in the game, we're gonna have to lean on our defense because we've been leaning on our defense regardless of who's in the game. Okay, we've had a couple of games where our offense has showed up, but for the most part, we gotta lean on this defense. We have an elite defense, and they're gonna continue to show up. Xavier Howard with another pick. You can't even really congratulate him anymore. It's just basic. It's just normal at this point. Madden still don't respect him. They don't want to give him the rating he deserves. Let's see what else I want to say. Nick Needham with an interception today. Did good job on Jamison Crowder in the slot. Shout out to Nick Needham. He had a great game. From what I've seen, or either that or Sam Darnold was just missing him. I don't know. Sam Darnold was terrible. Shout out to Frank Gore doing his thing. What was it? Secondary held up. Christian Wilkins back. You definitely felt his presence. Raekwon Davis. We was able to stop their run a majority of the day, a big portion of the day. Obviously, we got to a lead, so they really couldn't run. And everything was just beautiful. And, you know what I'm saying? We shut down Gase. It's not the hardest thing to do in the world. Gase sucks. Defense just played effort, flawlessly. I can't really complain. They got put in terrible positions all day, and they still came through and performed excellent. Our defense is just incredible. On offensive side of the ball, our quarterback situation, something we gotta figure out. Receiver situation, something we gotta figure out. Running situation, something we gotta figure out. It was to a point of in the game where I'm like, we should just not run the ball anymore for the rest of the season. And I'm just trolling when I say that, but the thing is, because you have to run to make them respect the pass, but the thing is, our running backs suck, and our running blocking sucks, and it's terrible. Like, we run the ball, and it's just a wasted down, especially when we run the ball on first and second down. It's like we basically started on third down. Like, we're handicapped. Like, our running game just sucks. Okay, Washington had some good plays at the end. Hopefully, he can continue out that momentum. And then when Gaskin was in, I mean, our running game still sucked, but it wasn't as bad. So I'm hoping when Gaskin comes back, if he can come back, that our running game could at least be something, you know? At the moment, it's just unbearable, okay? Other than that, guys, you know, big win, good bounce back win. 23, we did exactly what I expected us to do to the damn Jets, okay? We should do this 100 times when we play the Jets, okay? A team of this caliber. All right, now next week, we play the Joe Burrow-less Bengals. We should do the same thing, okay? If you got the Bengals just lost the damn Giants, I ain't gonna say if Joe Burrow was playing, it should be a dogfight. But Joe Burrow not playing, guys, we should not have no issues. Joe Mixon probably not even playing. They probably got Gio Bernard starting back there. We should have no issues handling them, but I'm gonna hold off on that, okay? We should not have no issues. We should be going to 8-4. This was a huge win right here, guys, because this playoff picture is getting wild. The Buffalo Bills won again, so, you know, it's hard to win a division. So I'm looking at the wild card, and I'm not saying we're not going to win the division. We still could definitely win the division, but I'm looking at the wild card, and when you look at the wild card, you see teams like the Browns, who just won today, okay? And they're 8-3, and they're above us. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think it's three wild card teams, and the AFC is so tough. So we got the Browns, you got the Raiders, that's above us. The Raiders are taking a loss though today, so that's a good thing. Okay, and then you know what I'm saying. You got even the Ravens on the wild card, so we're gonna be rooting against the Ravens on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Root against the Ravens on Tuesday. Like, you got tough teams that you're fighting in the wild card. Hopefully we don't get to that position, but I'm thinking ahead. You know, and we got tough teams we got to fight in the wild card. So, and then you look at the Titans in Indianapolis. You know, the Titans are going to win that game, so Indy's going to lose. They're going to be 7-4, just like us. This was a big win. Every game is huge right now. If you guys want to make the playoffs, every game is huge, major. There is no more. Oh, this is an okay loss. No game, no more. We're fighting for our life, and you know, I know the quarterback debate is like the biggest thing we want to talk about, but this playoff fight is real. Okay. Obviously, the most black and white way, cut dry, is like we win the division somehow, like we win, and then the last game versus the Bills is for a playoff spot. That would be ideal, but just in case we got to get into this muddy wild card race, man, this was a big win. Next week is going to be huge. The Raiders game, every game's huge, guys. It's the end of the year. We're in the thick of things. Get in conversation with you guys. Think though. It's your boy K Flex.